have seen different locators like ID, uh, name, class name, link text, partial link text, and tag name. So these things we uh, to locate a particular element using these properties, these attributes. Now, and also we have seen what is relative, what is absolute path, and why we don't use absolute path to locate particular element, right? So now we will continue with one another locator, which is the XPath. Okay. So XPath we will see it today. So XPath means it traverses from top to bottom in the DOM object document of the model. In that page, it will traverse from top to bottom in the hierarchy in order to find that element. Okay. And this is the syntax how we create a particular XPath. So today we start with the XPath, how to locate a particular element using the XPath. This is the syntax. So XPath will always start with two double slashes, two slashes, followed by the tag name, open bracket, attribute is equal to attribute value. This is how we write an XPath. So let's take a simple example and understand how, the syntax how we write for XPath. Okay, let me open Amazon website. So now in this Amazon website, I want to do a search for for a product. Like I want to first locate this element, this search bar, and then uh, pass the keys like chocolate. So I want to filter the chocolates. Okay. So and click on this search button. So this is what I want to do. So first of all, I need to locate this element. I need to locate this element, then pass the keys like this and click on this button. So I want to locate this element. So let me locate this element using the XPath. So right click, go to inspect and select this one and mouse over on this. So this is the tag which they use to create that search bar. So they have created an input tag whose ID is this one. I think you are able to see this, right? Which is highlighted here where I have kept my mouse. Yeah, okay. Let me maximize a bit. Okay. So here this web element is created by this tag, input tag whose ID is this one, class is this, and type is text, value is chocolate. So for now you can ignore this value. Name is equal to field keywords, autocomplete is equal to a placeholder. So they have used all these properties, all these attributes for locating this particular web element. Now there is ID through which I can identify this particular element. But let me try to use the XPath to locate this element. Okay. So now the syntax of XPath is syntax of XPath is it should always start with two forward slashes and followed by the tag name, open bracket like this, square bracket, at the rate, attribute is equal to attribute value, and close the bracket. So this is the syntax. Okay. Now what is the tag name? So input is the tag, right? So the tag name here is input. This is input tag. So you have to start with the tag name forward slashes. Then what is the tag name you have give and open the bracket and give at the rate. Now you have to choose any one attribute. So here I can use either ID or class or type or whatever. So name I can use. So whatever attributes I have here, I can use any one attribute. Okay. Now let me use the ID attribute. So at the rate ID is one attribute, so I can use it. ID is equal to, what is the value of ID? 2 tab search text box. So I can give the value as 2 tab search text box and close this bracket. So this is my XPath for the for this web element. For this web element. Don't feel like there will be only one XPath. So there might be any number of XPaths for a particular web element. I have chosen this one. So you can write any XPath. So let me take one more XPath. So / input at the rate. This time it will take name as my attribute. So okay, name is one more attribute here, right? So I can take name as well. So name is equal to field hyphen keywords at the rate name is equal to key hyphen, oh sorry, it is field hyphen keywords. Field hyphen keywords. This is also one more XPath for the same web element. So you can write your own. See, this is what I have chosen. You can write your own XPath to identify that particular web element. You can choose any attribute like this with which you can uniquely find that particular web element and locate that element. So XPath cannot be unique. I cannot say like you will have only one XPath. No, you can have any number of XPaths for a particular web element. So from parent also, you can locate the parent, and then from parent you come to the child. Okay, or you can identify the child first and then go to the parent. Or otherwise you can identify the siblings, and then from sibling you can go to the uh, element which you are looking for. So there are n number of ways to locate a particular web element using the XPath. So XPath is very powerful. You can identify uh, from any direction. From any direction, you can identify a particular web element. Okay. So there will be n number of XPaths you can write for a particular web element. These are two different XPaths that I have written for identifying this particular search box here. Like this, you can have any number of XPath. If you want to check if the XPath which we have written is unique or not, you can check it here. So let me type. So here you have search HTML. There you can type your XPath. Okay, / input bracket at the rate ID is equal to 2 tab search text box. Okay, close this one and click on enter. If you click on enter, it should show you only one result, because for the driver there should be only one web element. So whatever locators we are using, the output of that should return only one. Then only the driver will not get confused, right? So now if I click on enter, it should show me one result. If it is showing more than one result, then the XPath is incorrect and you have to add few more things in order to make it unique. So let me click on enter. Now it is showing only one of one. That means only one result. That means with this XPath, there is only one element, one web element in this HTML. So I can use this XPath to direct the driver to go and find this web element and do the action, whatever we want. If it is not showing only one, if it is not showing only one, it is showing multiple results here, then I cannot use this XPath to perform this action. Because if it is showing more than one result, that means there are more than one elements in this web page, the same XPath. So I cannot ask the driver to go and do that particular action on that particular web element. So always you make sure that the XPath which you are writing here should result you only one output. Okay. Okay, if it is returning multiple out, see, based on requirements, like yesterday we've seen one example, like uh, find elements. So it is obvious that it will return multiple elements. So we have collected it in a list. This is a different thing. But generally, if you want to perform any action based on your requirement, it should return. It should return only one web element, so the driver will not get confused. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. This XPath, only one web element is available. So you can use this XPath and find you and provide this to the driver to do a particular action. Now, this is one way. You can take the other way as well. You can use this name attribute. You can use this name attribute. So let me copy this one. So at the rate name is equal to this one. Click on enter. So you can use even this XPath as well. It is resulting only one. Okay. So any one XPath you can use and you can perform the action whatever you want. Okay. Let me copy this one and use this XPath. Let me create one more class. Okay. WebDriver manager dot Firefox dot setup. Now WebDriver driver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Now driver dot get of, I'll use this Amazon website, https:// dot amazon.com. Okay. Once this URL is launched, now what I want to do, I want to locate that particular web element. So driver dot find element by dot XPath. Okay. With XPath, I want to locate that particular element. So I'll use this one. And here I'll provide the XPath. Okay. Once this element is located, it found it. Then I want to send some keys. Filter this one, chocolates. Okay, this is done. We have found the web element using the XPath, and that once the element is found, we are sending these keys. Okay, let me save this one and run this program. The page is loading still. Once the page is loaded, it found that element, it found this web element, and it has passed these keys. Okay. Once the keys is passed, I want to locate this web element and perform the click action. So let's do that. So once I have passed this keys to it, and now I want to locate this element and perform the click action. So let me locate this element. Okay. This is also an input tag whose ID is this one, class is this, type is equal to submit, value is equal to go. So now let me use the XPath to locate this particular element. I'll copy this one. I'll use the ID attribute to locate this particular web element. So for this also the tag name is input @ID is equal to this one. Okay, it resulted me only one value, so I can use this as XPath. I'll copy this one. Now here, once the keys are passed, I have to use driver.find element by.xpath dot click. Okay. So I want to click on that button. Once the send keys is done, I want to perform the click action on the search. Okay. Let me save this one and run this program. See, it clicked on the search. So the results are displayed accordingly. So based on the search, the results are displayed here, right? So the results are displayed here. All the chocolate related stuff is displayed here. Okay. I want to show you one more thing here. Let the load complete. Okay. Meanwhile, what I want to do here is, so I can do the search in two ways. First, I can provide the text here and click on the enter button from the keyboard. Enter button from the keyboard, it will also do the same thing as when I click on this search button does, right? So the enter button from the keyboard and the click performed on this button both does the same thing, right? So if after giving the text, if I click on enter button from the keyboard, it also shows the same results. And or after providing this text, if I click on this search button, that also will do the same task. Now what we have done, we have provided the text here and clicked on this search button. But instead of this, I want in the other way, like first provide the text here and click on the enter button here. So this is how I want to do my search. For that, what we want to do here is, so after sending this keys, I want to hit the enter button from keyboard. So how you can do in send keys method, you can pass one parameter like this, or you can pass, you can add one more parameter here. So I'm adding keys dot enter. Now you can comment this part. Let me go to this. So the action which it was done previously, like finding that particular search button and performing the click operation on it, that can also be done like this. So after sending the keys, you want to click on the enter button from the keyboard. So you can do that by using this parameter keys dot enter. Keys is one class. From that class, I want to hit the enter. So this will take care of clicking the enter button from the keyboard. So the previously whatever we have done is this line now, line number 16 also will do the same. First, it will send the keys chocolates to the search bar, and then after that it will click on the enter button. Okay, so let me save this one and run the program. See, even this way also work. You can do it in either of the way. You can provide the text and click on that search button, or you can provide the text and click on the enter button. So these are the two different approaches how you can handle this particular web element. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, The next one we will see. So this is the basic XPath. You have one field, ID field, through which you have identified ID or name fields, through which you have identified easily. That attributes you have used and you have identified that particular web element. Okay, that is fine. Now, if there are no, for some particular tags, there won't be name field or there won't be ID fields. In that case, you have to choose the attributes in such a way that by with that attributes you can uniquely find that particular web element. Okay, so you have to choose that attributes in such a way that using that attributes you can find that particular web element uniquely. If not with one attribute, you can add any number of attributes here. See, as of now I used only one, at the rate name is equal to value. If with this attribute I was not, it is showing me 2 or 3 entries, more than 2 entries. That means the web page has more than 2 elements with the same name, in that case, along with this name attribute I can use one more attribute so that I can perform the filtration. See, let me take one field links. Okay, let me take uh, just a second, I'll choose one field here. Search results will have that. Let me show. Okay. So if you take this tag, span tag, right? This is the class. It has only one attribute called class. So I can use only this attribute to find this particular web element, right? So let me copy this class and use this one. This is the tag name, bracket, at the rate, attribute is class is equal to, this is the class name. Let me click on enter now and see how many results it is displaying. So with this style, with this tag, 64 elements are present in this web page. 64 elements are present in this web page with the same attribute called class and whose value is this. Because when in Amazon or any e-commerce website, all the search results will be shown in the same fashion. If you click on enter, it will show you all 64 elements. So this is the second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element, sixth element, like this. So all the results here will follow the same style. So there is no other option, no other attribute. You have only one attribute called class and whose value is this one. With this, you are able to get 64 results. 64 results are displayed. Now, if I want to choose any one particular element, suppose I want to locate this Cadbury Nutties chocolate 30 grams. If I want to locate that, how can I choose that one? So I have 64 web elements here. 64 elements are shown with this XPath. Now I want to find only this particular web element, Cadbury Nutties chocolate 30 grams. How can I find it? So in that case, what we have to do is, along with this attribute called class, you can use any number of value attributes here. So as of now, this span tag has only one attribute class. Along with that, what I want to do is, so use the connection operator and you can use either and or or. So two things, if you want to join two attributes, you can use either and or or. Okay, so as of now, I'm using the and operator here. And with the display text, whatever is displayed here, with this text, I want to locate this particular element. So let me copy this one, copy this Cadbury Gems Chocolate 17.4, somewhere it is there, I think. Cadbury Nutties I want. Okay, let me do it. One second. One second, I'll show you. Okay, this is the one, right? No, no. It has gone again. Okay, let me locate this Amul Choco Mini chocolate 250 grams. So I'll copy this one, display text. So in order to check the display text, we have a method called the text method. Text is equal to this one. So in order to check the display text, whatever the text is displayed on the UI, you have a method called text. This is a method. So you have to use the open bracket and close bracket like this. This is a method, not attribute. If it is an attribute, you can use at the rate attribute name is equal to value. But this is not an attribute. This is a method. So you have to use text open bracket close bracket is equal to whatever is the value displayed on the UI, you can use that value. So now if you click on enter, you will see only one result. You will see only one result. If you want to check the content, whatever is displayed on the UI, you have to use this method, text method. Okay. So what I am doing here, I am checking the all the span tags in this HTML page. Whose class is this? Whose class is this? And display text is this one. This is what I am doing here. Clear, all of you? All the span tags in this HTML page, whose class is this and display text is this. With this, I got only one result. I got only one result. If I don't use this text method here, I got only with the class name, with this class value, I got 64 results. That means there are 64 span tags in this web page whose class is this. But I want to filter only one. I want to filter only one from this. So I use this text method. Text method. By this, now I got only one result. Clear, all of you? All of you, is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me now copy this XPath. I'm not very sure that this will work because uh, I'll tell you the page which is loaded here and the page, Amazon page, which will be loaded here, there will be a slight difference. So you may not get this result over there. You may or may not get this result over there in the page which is loaded by this automation. So let me check if it works, then it is fine. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. This is the XPath. Okay. Now, once you find this web element, what I want to do, I want to perform the click operation on it. I want to click on it. Okay. If this display text is displayed, then it will click on that. But I'm not very sure because the Amazon page, which is loaded using this automation, and the page which is loaded here will display the same results. I cannot guarantee that, but so that is the reason I'm saying whether this will work or not. But let's see if it displays, then it will work. Otherwise, we'll check with the one which is displayed later. Okay. Let me run this program. It is taking to launch. It gave some time. Mm, it took time to launch, so that is why uh, it didn't found this element. It went and found tried to find this element, so it took time to launch. So let me rerun it again. I have some internet issue here, so that is why it is not launching properly. So let me rerun this program. It is taking time to launch due to internet instability. Hmm. So let me add some weight here. So after loading the page, sorry, the driver is, so why this timeout issue will happen is the browser is slow, but the driver is fast here. So it completed this line, it went to this line, and it find before loading this Amazon page, it is trying to search with these chocolates, and once it is clicking on enter, it is trying to find this element, but the web browser is still stuck here. It is trying to load the Amazon page itself. Here, there should be sync between the browser and driver. Browser is slow, but driver is fast. So that is why we are getting this issue. Let me add some weight here. Thread dot sleep for 10 seconds. Okay, let me wait for 10 seconds. Import this one. Okay, so why I'm making this to wait for sleep for 10 seconds here is this will take milliseconds. 10,000 milliseconds means 10 seconds. So I have given this value. So until this Amazon page is fully loaded, I want the driver to wait. I want the driver to sleep for some time until the page is loaded. Then go ahead with finding this search bar and providing these keys and also finding this web element. The browser today, internet is slow, so it is taking time. So let me rerun this program. So this 10 second page is loaded. The driver will be sleeping. It will not perform any action. It will not go forward and do the search and find the element. Try to find the element. So once the page is loaded, now it, so until the 10 seconds is completed, it will be ideal. Once the 10 seconds is completed, now it will try to find that web element, provide the keys, and perform the click operation. Is doing this one. Unable to locate. Okay, let me increase this time for 5 more seconds. 15 seconds. Hmm. I got the issue. So even after clicking the search enter here, this is also taking some time to load. So let me ask the driver to wait here itself. Here also, thread dot sleep for 10 more seconds here also, so that the page will be loaded with the search results. Then it will try to find this web element. Okay. See, the page is getting loaded. Now the results are displayed. From this results, it has to search for, yes, it didn't found, because in this search results, it didn't found, this search results did not display uh, this one, Amul Choco Mini Chocolate. So the results which are displayed here from the automation, uh, they are different. See, if you see, you cannot find that result here. That is why you got the web element is not found. So what we will do is, I'll try to find this element. The automation search results and the normal search results are different. That is why it was not able to find that web element. So now let me try to, just give a second. Okay, let me copy this one, copy this display text, copy it, and now here, instead of this one, let me give this one. Okay, save this and let me run it again. So it found that result and clicked on that particular element. And once we click on that particular element, this page is displayed showing the details of that product. Okay, is it clear, all of you? Why it didn't found this element? Previously, we used this one, the display text. It was not found because the search results, whenever I searched with chocolates in the normal web page, it showed me these results. But when I searched for chocolates in through automation, it displayed me some other results. So as I'm using text and this result is not displayed over there, so that is why in the first case that web element was not found. That web element was not found. So when I text as this one and the results in this automation thing showing this display text. So it found it and we clicked on this element and displayed the results. Clear, all of you? Any doubts? Is it clear, all of you? So I just changed clear. So previous was the one which I took from the normal web page search results. This one I have to call Amul Choco Mini Chocolate. I have to that it was not able to find that. So, so this automation page, whatever the results are there, I add display content and try to find that. Is it clear, all of you? Thread dot sleep we use to generally how it will happen is this is the browser. Okay, will browser. If browser is fast in following the instructions, but browser is slow. Browser is slow. It is taking a lot of time to load and all those things. But the driver is fast in performing all these activities, whatever instructions we have given, then there won't be synchronization. Then there won't be sync between driver and browser. In that case, there is no sync. We will get timeout issues. Timeout issues. That means like element not found, failure to find element like this. So these kind of issues we will get if we are facing any synchronization issues. Okay, here the driver is it is following the instructions in a fast way, but the browser is taking lot of time to load. It is slow. So there comes the synchronization issue. In order to avoid this synchronization issues, we have a concept called waves that we will be discussing going forward in the upcoming sessions. There are different kinds of weights that we will be discussing in the upcoming session. So as of now, I'm asking the driver to sleep for some time, to sleep for 10 seconds or 15 seconds like that until the browser is completely